Today in this lecture we are going to discuss about a poem by Nizzim Ezekiel. The name of the poem is Night of the Scorpion. This poem deals with uh, poet's mother concern towards uh, the poet, that how she uh, has a kind of a affection, or she has an affection for her children, and how she is concerned, how she is anxious for the safety and well-being of her child or offspring. uh, that is discussed in the poem. Apart from that, the poem deals with the theme of superstitions versus rationality. The people of the village, those who are peasant, they are superstitious people, and the Indian society is reflected through the poem uh, of prior to independence or the after independence. What was the situation of the nation state in those era? That is that he discusses in the poem. We will study this poem line by line, but prior to that, we will study what Nizim is skill. We will try to understand a little bit about Nizim Ezekiel. He was born in the 1924 and died in the 2004. He was a poet, playwright, actor, art critic, and editor. One of the one of the most known Indian authors uh, in English, and played significant parts in promoting Indian literature in English in post-independence time. Ezekiel was born in an Indian Jewish family and is known for using the modernist tools in his work, which deals with the seemingly mundane issues in an exceptionally profound manner. He won the Sahitya Akademi Award for Latter Days Psalm, a collection of his poems, in the year 1983. He was also honored with the Padma Shri Award in the year 1988. About the poem, the poem and the given poem was published in the collections of the poem named the exact name 1965. The poem provides the reader with the glimpses into Indian culture and the various superstitions steeped within that culture. The poem describes the mother being stung by a scorpion and the event that followed thereafter. The townspeople tries to help her by following the superstitions and explaining that bite cleanses her souls and relieves the amount of pain in her next life. The speaker's father listens to their advice despite their being his being skeptical. It is sharp remark on the reactionary situation. It sneaks in the surprise by the contrasting all with the selflessness of a mother's love. Now I start a poem. I remember the night my mother was stung by a scorpion. 10 hours of steady rain had driven him to crawl beneath a sack of rice. Poets recall one of the night when it was raining, and because it was raining, the scorpion took shelter beneath the sack of rice, and and poet's, poet's mother was stung by the scorpion, and it was going on for 10 hours. The time period is given there. Parting with his poisonous flash of diabolic tales in the dark room, he risked the rain again. Room was dark, and in that room there was poet's mother. The scorpion stings to poet's mother, and Scorpion leave that leaves that place and goes in the rain again because it might be the thought of Scorpion that he uh, he may be in danger. And the peasant meaning the people who works in the farm, uh, sometimes they do not own that land and they work in the other people's land. Came like a swarm of flies. How they came? Like a swarms of flies and cursed the name of God 100 times to paralyze the evil one. The people's superstitions is expressed here by the poet that they were buzzing the name of gods hundreds times to paralyze the evil fairies in order to mm, get free from free from the poison of that scorpion. How the peasant come there? We are told that they had candles in their hands and lanterns and throwing giant scorpion shadows on the mud-packed wall. We are told the situation that the situation poet's house or home is not that of a concrete house or home. It is the mud wall, and all the people, all the peasant, they had mm, lanterns and candles in their hands, and they were searching to scorpion, and in spite of searching they do not find the scorpion. They click their tongues, and every movement that the scorpion made his poison moves in the mother's blood, they said. What the people say about that incident, we are told. Some were talking that he sits still, they said. May the scene of her previous birth be burned away tonight, they said. What people were talking, that whatever was the scene she did in her past birth, in the previous birth, it will be burned tonight, the nights on which at which uh, Scorpion s- stung to Poet's mother, and therefore they says that her suffering will decrease in next life. Misfortune of your next birth, they say, will decrease, and may some of all evils balance in the unreal world. Because of that poison, she will her um, vices, her sin, and which she get free from those sin, and it now become equal against the sum of goods become diminished by your pain. The poison purifies your flesh. These people, the peasant, were talking about that uh, it will be the sum of good and sins will be will be equalized and minimized by poet's mother pain. Poison will purify purify her flesh. It will purify her desire and her spirit of ambition, they said. They sat around on the flower that mothers in the center, piece of undertaking on the each face, more candle, more lanterns, and more neighbors, more insect and endless rain. It was raining, and all the people gathered there. Poet's mother is middle in all those men and women, meaning the peasant. And all of them were talking about that poet's mother is in the central, and there are candles and lanterns and neighbor as many neighbors gather there, and because of that it is rainy days, monsoon days, and we know that therefore whenever there is light, all the crickets and other insect get attracted towards light, and there was insects near the candles and lanterns, and a situation of what was the situation of poet's mother when she was stung by a scorpion. uh, she was twisting through and through and groaning on a mat. She was sitting on the mat and was groaning. But what, on the one hand, all the people of that village, peasant, were trying to, they were praying to the god, saying superstitious thing. But on the other side, Poet's father was a rationalist. He was skeptic. And because of a rationalist and being skeptic, he was curse and blessing. He, among that, some people were cursing to the past uh, b- birth scenes, and other were talking about the previous birth, uh, uh, next coming birth or future birth. But Poet's father was uh, uh, mm, he bring the powder, mixture, herb, and hybrid, and he power little paraphernalia upon the beaten toes of Poet's mother and put the match on it. And Poet was watching that the flame were eating, flame were feedings on his mother. And he says that I watched the holy man perform his rites to tame the poison with an incantation. He was buzzing, he was canting the uh, mantras to tame the spirit, tame the poison, tame that poison of um, in- scorpion. After 20 hours, she was free from mm, the pain or suffering of the poison. And what poet's mother say about that, it was my mother only said, thanks God scorpion picked on me and spared my child. Here the love of mother is expressed, that how who mother think, that how she think, how the father was doing mm, mm, for the sake of the safety of his mother. The concern, anxiety of um, mother has shown, and motherly love is unequaled things in the world. Uh, what?